Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Urban Decay cosmetics. I've got some new-ish things here, I've got some old goodies, but most importantly I have a full face. So I thought, let's do it. Let's just dive in and play with Urban Decay cosmetics. It's an OG brand, it's still hanging around, and it still can get us quite excited. So I thought I'd do a full face of makeup from Urban Decay Cosmetics. If you are new here, then welcome. Hello, my name is Meg, and I created this channel because I wanted to escape the everyday grind that is life sometimes. So I talk about all the things that I love, mostly beauty, but sometimes homeware and fashion. So if that sounds like something you'd like, then hit subscribe, and let's just get into it. Okay, so Urban Decay. Urban Decay are one of those brands that the OG roots of it all got me so excited when I was younger. I feel like nowadays they're kind of drifting off into this kind of unknown territory of just like, we don't know what we're doing, so we're just gonna smash anything out and hope that you like it. So I feel like sometimes they miss the mark on some releases, which is a real shame because I feel like their potential is so there. When we think about classic Urban Decay products, they kill it still to this very day. So I feel like Urban Decay need to find themselves a little bit, but with a few products that I've got here today, I feel like these could potentially be new favourites. So I feel like they're like treading that line of they know what they're doing, but then they don't know what they're doing. I feel like they have two teams. The A team, which are just like there on time, it's 6 o'clock, but they leave at 10, so they're not really getting a full day's work done. And you've got the B team, who are just drunk, who kind of just finish off everything the A team does, but in a half-assed way, so it never really hits the marks. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on Urban Decay. I thought you'd appreciate that unsolicited opinion. So going straight into primer, this is the Urban Decay, obviously, All Nighter Ultra Glow Face Primer Dewy Foundation Grip, up to 12-hour wear. Prep, smooth and hydrate. This is their glowier version of their All Nighter primer. I do own that primer and I do actually really like it. I think it's not drying at all, but they've also got a matte one as well. So I feel like that's the middle ground. So you can go more dewy if you wanted to with this one, or you can go more matte with their mattifying primer. But obviously, I mean, not obviously, if you're brand new here, then hello. I'm dry. I'm a dry skinned queen. I'm not gonna go for matte anytime soon. So this is the Ultra Dewy Primer. Just looks like this. It's really nice packaging. Again, it's one of those things, the A team created this. They weren't drunk when they created this. This is lovely. So let's get a little bit, oh, it's clear. Never mind my cut finger. It's taken like a week to heal, so just ignore that please. But it's clear. Ooh, okay. I should have put my hair back. Bear with. Okay, now we're cooking. Let's rub this in. It feels really kind of like well, it's like a gel formula, so it feels really nice and silky, but not in a silicone-y way. It feels like quite a hydrating gel. I've got to say, this is sinking right into my skin. What I like about it is it's not full of like glitters or anything like that to be dewy. It's just, it seems to just be hydrating and just plumping to the skin. So far I really like this. I feel hydrated, I feel prepped, I feel smoothed out. It just feels like I've given my face a drink of water with a little bit of like stickiness to it, so it's going to stick to my foundation. I quite like this so far. Hopefully it doesn't pill or anything like that, because when that happens, So for foundation, so I'm going to go in with the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation up to 24-hour wear. This is in the shade 30NN, so that's like neutral on tone. I don't know what it stands for, but the N stands for neutral. So make of that as you wish. I've tried this foundation out quite a few times. I have their All Nighter foundation. I haven't got their Naked line, like, you know, the first original Naked foundation. I've never owned that, but I own the All Nighter, and I really want the Hydromaniac foundation, I think it's called. But if you didn't know, I'm currently on a no buy low buy, so it'll probably end up on my wish list because I really like the look of that foundation. And because this is a slightly mattifying foundation, I just like to work up in layers, so I take about a lentil sized amount perhaps, and then like a good garden pea. This is really good sort of technical information here, isn't it? You're here for the technicalities, guys. You're here for the technicalities. I feel like because I know how this foundation works on my face without primer, I'm really going to see what it looks like with this primer on as well. I'm just going to add a bit more. I like to work in layers. I don't like to apply too much because I feel like you can't take it off again. So I'd rather take a bit of time and just keep adding than have too much on my face, because trust me, I have been there, and then you end up looking like a cake face, and then my boyfriend says, I could get a spoon and scoop your face off right now, and I'm like, all right. a pretty good shade match for me as well. I have no self tanner on at the moment. Sometimes I do, particularly in the spring, summer, autumn months I fake tan. In winter, we'd be lucky to shave my legs in winter, let's be real. But I feel like this is a pretty good match. My neck is the palest part of my body. My neck and chest are very cool undertoned, whereas the rest of my body and my face are kind of neutral, kind of leaning into the yellow, but more neutral yellow undertone. So I try to match to my face rather than my neck, but I feel like this is a good shade match. And just zooming you in, I'd say the coverage of this foundation is a medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable. I'll probably just take one more pump and just distribute it. That was a half pump, by the way. Just distribute it around my cheek area. And that'll probably be me done for coverage. I'd say it's a satin matte formula, but the primer has really made it quite satin rather than matte, like a satin matte. So is this making sense? I'm trying to say that the primer's made it more hydrating and more dewy looking, and actually I really like how this looks so far. I think it looks really, really natural. Really natural, I think. It looks like I have makeup on, but equally I don't look cakey whatsoever. Moving along, we have the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer up to 24-hour wear. I've got this in the shade 20NN, so just literally one shade lighter than my foundation. I've actually not tried out this concealer yet, so I'm quite excited. For some reason when I bought this foundation I was like, I don't need another concealer, and then I got this home and I was like, actually this is quite nice. I'll go back and buy the concealer. So here we have it. Like I said, I've never put it on my face before. It looks really, really nice. The packaging is very similar. And yeah, let's get this on my face. It looks about right in terms of, ooh, it's quite pale. I typically like my concealer to be one shade lighter. I think this is like 3. So maybe I should have gone for 30 NN as opposed to 20, but I just bought it online, so I was none the wiser. This is going to be far too much concealer. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Okay, now we've covered our entire face and universe in concealer, let's blend it out. I'm just taking the excess on the eyelids too, but only once I've finished with the under eye. Oh yeah, that's quite significantly paler than the rest of my face. I love that for me. Okay, because that is so much paler than I was expecting it to be, again, I'm just gonna take a tiny amount of the foundation. I'm just kind of like patting over a couple of the areas just where the concealer would blend into the foundation, just to warm it up a little bit, just because that is quite pale. If I like the consistency of this concealer, I'll pick up in a dark shade. It's not a problem, mate. Do you see what I mean about applying that foundation just over the top where it blends in? It's just made everything look a little bit less harsh and white just here. It's just taken away, but it's kept the coverage, so little trick there for you. For powder, the only powder I have from Urban Decay is their Velvetiser powder. I don't own any other powders. They have the Stay Naked pressed powder, which does look lovely, and I have wanted it, I've just not needed it, which is why I haven't picked it up before. But I'm going to just take this velvetizing powder, it's very finely milled, and just take this under the eyes. Because I am drier skinned, I don't like to set my base too much unless it's with a powder that I know is like a good one and doesn't make my skin too dry. I'm just taking this under the eyes and just like around the nose, just where my foundation typically creases. And sometimes around my smile lines, because I'm 23 going on 43. It's great, I love it, I love aging. It's just so great. And then a tiny little bit on my chin. I think the rest of my skin is okay, but because I want to put powder products on top of my face and it just feels a tiny bit tacky, there's a trick I like to do for powders like this, and that's take some on another brush and actually just pat it onto a big fluffy brush, so that I haven't picked up the product directly onto the big fluffy brush, but I can distribute a very fine layer of it without using too much product. So again, another little beauty hack for you. I feel like this is one of those powders that's just going to last forever until I either set it on fire or bin it, because it's just, you never need a lot, you need a tad amount. It's just, it goes on forever. For cheek products, I, funny enough, don't own a single bronzer, blusher or blusher, a single blusher. I don't own a single blusher, bronzer or highlight from Urban Decay Cosmetics, but I do own the Shapeshifter palette, the Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. This is as old as me. Not quite, but you get the bronzing powder, the sculpting powder, a little setting powder and a highlight, and then here you get these colour correctors. Sometimes I've used this as a blush, but not today. Also, I don't really fancy using creams today. So I'm going to go in with these powders here and just kind of bronze, contour, blind you and put some highlight on. This isn't my favourite when it comes to face products. I'm just using the contouring shade, this one right here, just at the very high points of my cheeks, just to sculpt. Just taking a tiny amount of that as well. I feel like Urban Decay haven't produced single blushes, highlighters or bronzers in a very long time. I nearly purchased, like I always nearly purchase, their beach bronzer, but then I also feel like that's quite old and I don't really see anyone talking about it, so I'm kind of like, you can guarantee as soon as I purchase that they'd come out with new bronzers and blushes. You just know that's going to happen. So I haven't purchased that, and I haven't seen Urban Decay come out with new blushes for a very long time. When they first came out with those blushes, they came in that like beautiful grey packaging with like the netted wired look. It was really nice packaging, but they came out with some very audacious colours, and back when they did come out with them, I couldn't afford blushes at that price. I was buying like £2.99 blushes, and that was top of my price range, perhaps £8 top of my price range. I couldn't afford like £20-30 blush at all. Nowadays I probably could if I wanted to spend that money on a blush if I wanted to. Just taking a little bit of contour here, I don't know why, I never do that, but apparently today we are. So yeah, come on Urban Decay, bring out some more cheek products, maybe revamp them, even if it is part of the whole like stay naked, you know, and they do some very natural colours and a couple of pops of colour. I don't really mind. I just feel like they should come out with some more cheek... Oh my god. I was about to say they should come out with more cheek products. Holy moly. Blend, 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 blend. Oh no. Oh, this is quite bad. Okay, have we blended it in? It still looks quite severe. I'm just taking a little bit of that white powder to kind of clean this up a bit. I'm actually just going straight over the bronzer because holy guacamole, that was a lot. It looks muddy, patchy, and just no. Okay, I love that for me. The camera just stopped recording. Great. I just went into the highlighter. I have no idea if this is like an original highlighter. It reminds me of, is it Sin? One of the highlighters they have called Sin, and I was just saying, obviously you didn't hear me because the camera shut off, but I was just saying how this highlighter is actually quite a nice one. It's very buildable, it's very glowy and beamy. It's not like a natural looking highlighter, it still looks quite metallic on the face, but it's not glittery and it doesn't come off like a stripe. You can see it in the camera, it's quite pretty. It's just very white and icy in a metallic way rather than a glittery or like robotic way. So there we have it, there's the bronzer and the highlight situation. I haven't got a blush like I said from Urban Decay, so what I'm going to do is take it from my eyeshadow palette. Now of course I have so many Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes that I couldn't possibly pick which one I wanted to play around with today. So I thought I'd kind of throw it back to the, what's this even called? Born to Run palette. I really haven't showed this as much love as I probably should. It's a pretty nice palette and I feel like a lot of people really raved about this when it first came out. I did take this travelling once and the shadows were like nice, they were pigmented, but they were like okay. I feel like you've got some really nice jewel tones here, some smoky tones and some nice natural tones at the top. It's a nice palette. So what I'm going to do is take my little fluffy brush and I'm going to go into Still Shot, this one here, and just kind of make sure I coat my brush nicely and use that as a blush. I have used this as a blush before and actually it is pretty nice. I think it was, who was it? I think it was Jamie Page here on YouTube, who did like a full face using this palette, like literally her foundation, her brows, everything using this palette. I'm pretty sure it was her that did it. If I'm wrong, I'm really sorry, but I'm pretty sure it was. And yeah, she just did a full face with this and it inspired me. So I took it travelling on my holiday to Iceland in 2019 and it was like the only palette I took and I used this as a blush. I did take a separate brow product, but I took this whole thing for like my highlight. I used this one, my blush, and I think, did I use it as a bronzer? I can't remember, but it's a really nice palette. It's just a little bit heavy for travelling, which kind of contradicts the whole Born to Run thing, but as you can see, I think it's really pretty. Before we do hop into the eyeshadow palette, I want to go do my brows because I feel like a little bald chicken. And for that I have the Brow Blade. Never tried this before. So again, one thing I'm really excited to try out. I don't actually think, apart from when I recently did a full face of high-end makeup. I'll link that up in the eye. I think I uploaded that a week or so ago. I can't quite remember when I uploaded it. It might have been more recent than that, I'm not sure. But I filmed it pretty recently, and I tried out the brow beater, and apart from that, I'd never tried the Urban Decay brow products before. So I picked up the brow beater that I tried in that video, and I also picked up the brow blade, which has got the felt tip end and the pencil end. So one end, it has this lovely sort of flicky situation, and then on this end it has like the pencil situation. As you can see, I've got mine in the shade Taupe Trap. Okay, we are back and my brows are all done. I did forget to pick up a brow gel. I don't own a brow gel from Urban Decay, so we'll just go without today. It's not like I have anywhere to be, let's be honest. So going back to the eyes, ta-da! I'm gonna go into this palette. I think I just wanna, what do I wanna do? What do I wanna do? I think I want to play around with the purples, like this Guilt Trip and this Steely Grey Drift with a purple undertone. I feel like Urban Decay is like true classic colour, punchy purple. Though to save time, I'm just going to point to the colours and speed it up just so you can see what I'm doing, but then we don't have to talk about it because it's not like I'm reviewing it or anything. It's not exactly new. I've just zoomed you in and I nearly started and I just realised I forgot my eye primer. I had the Urban Decay Primer Potion back in ye old times, back in the day. I haven't had it for easily 5 years, so I thought I'd repurchase it. Oh, and this is in a little Christmas set. This is just the original. So let's prime these eyes up. I'm really trying to get into eye primer nowadays. Just see like what's the hype, what's the difference. Doe foot is absolutely horrific. It's not picking up much at a time. Oh my god, that's patchy. This primer is patchy. Is it me? Tell me down below if you've used this primer, is it patchy? I'm gonna go in for a second layer because I had to use my sponge and I feel like I took some of that off. But also I feel like I'm not picking up a lot of product. This is the most bizarre thing ever. Okay, you can definitely tell the difference like between the two eyes. You can see the product is on there, but my god, this is not how I remember it at all. But then equally this is the only eye primer I had, so maybe I don't remember it being bad because I had nothing to compare it to. That's also a very viable option. We'll see how the shadows perform on top of this because I know how these shadows work, or at least most of them. So let's just go straight into it. Like I said, I'm just going to speed this up and show you the colours I use. like this highlighter in here, like this highlighting shade. I'm actually just going to go back into the Naked Skin palette and take this highlighter, whilst blinding you, take this highlighter and just kind of go over the top. I just feel like this one's a bit more metallic perhaps. And I think that's it for the eyeshadow. I quite like it. It's quite edgy, quite cool, but like nice. I really, really like it. I'm going to go into the Urban Decay the Urban Decay, she says, doing a full face of Urban Decay, the 24/7 Glide On Eyeliner Pencil in the shade 0. It's just the black shade, this one right here, if my camera's going to focus. Just this one here, and this is actually in my project pan. Instead of doing like a whole wing, I'm just going to deepen the outer corner by going into the lash line and really smudging on this black liner. I don't want to take it to the inner corner either, I just want to smudge it on the outer corner. I feel like you can tell the difference there. Like when I look straight into the camera, you can really see like the depth built up on this outer corner in comparison to this one. I like that. Before moving on to mascara, I actually have a heavy metal glitter eyeliner here. I do have quite a few of these, and I'm tempted to go for the one I love the most, which I think is like Subversion, something like that. Here they are in all of their glory. This one is my favourite. What's called Distortion, not Subversion. This one's my favourite just because it shifts so much. And then I have Volume, this one here. I don't know why I went for that one. And then Starfire, this lovely coppery bronze. And then I have Midnight Cowboy, which is like a cooler toned gold, like a dirty greeny gold. These are really, really nice. I'm tempted to go for either of these two for this eye look. But I feel like this one will make it quite red and orangey, which I don't want. I want it to stay purpley. This one's like translucent and kind of shifts purple, so it would be kind of perfect. But I also purchased a new one. Well, this is newer to my collection in terms of I haven't tried it before, and this is Spandex, which is this beautiful blue. If I can get the box open, it's this beautiful blue right here. Look at this. The thing is it doesn't really go with the look, so maybe I could combine the two, do a bit of spandex on the outer corner and then a bit of distortion kind of going towards the inner corner. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's just get on the lids and let's just have a go, and we'll find out along the way. And that is the glitter on. I think it would look just as nice without the glitter. I actually did perhaps prefer it without the glitter, but I feel like this is like a sunset, midnight sky sort of situation, so I'm not mad at it. I then have two mascaras from Urban Decay. I have the classic Perversion mascara, and then I have the Lash Freak, and not gonna lie, I kind of want to play with this one. This is really cool. This is only a little dizzy version just because I didn't know if I'd like it enough. This one I think is full size. It should be full size. Yeah, it's a full size one. It says that you're going to get 23.6% more volume. How they worked that one out, I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, it just looks so cool. Okay, going into this mascara. Oh, it's really weird. In the pictures, this looks clean, and it is clean. It must be like hydrophobic or something. Look at that. That's so cool. This is the weirdest mascara wand I've ever seen in my entire life, to the point where it actually makes me a little bit uncomfortable. And it's just like, yeah, I don't really know. It kind of looks like a bottom of a caterpillar, but let's just go straight in with this. I'm gathering you just do it like this. Oh, I like the brush already. It's really gripping on. I feel like it's got a wet formula, but the brush is so densely packed that it doesn't just glide straight across your eyelashes. It really grips on and coats them. This is really interesting. Okay, so this is interesting. How do I do the lower lash line? Do I just maybe turn it around? Wow, I already really like this mascara, and that's one coat. Wow. I feel like Owen Wilson. Wow. I really, really like this so far. I think the mascara has done really, really well. It's really held up. I actually went away for about 45 minutes because I had something to eat, drink, watch a bit of TV, and then I was like, oh damn, I haven't finished my video yet. So here we are nearly at the end. I have lips and setting spray to do finally, but I don't have a lip liner. I only just realised, a bit like the brow gel, I don't have a lip liner. Now, I need a lip liner because we can't function without that. I'm just going to use this Primark lip liner. It's literally just a nude, oh my god, it's literally just a nude one. It's a similar colour to my lips. Okay, so all mind, I have a brand new lipstick here. I've never owned an Urban Decay lipstick before, so I was really excited to purchase this. I purchased this for myself, and then upon seeing the colour, purchased it for my friend Lily for Christmas, because it's such a beautiful, like, orangey nude. It's so pretty. So let me zoom you back in and back again. It just looks like this. I think this will really go with the look. It's kind of got that pinky, orangey undertone. And then finally, zooming back out, I'm going to go into this setting spray. This is the same setting spray, or the same family as the All Nighter Ultra Glow. I'm excited. Okay. It's the same consistent spray, which is really nice. I love the All Nighter setting spray pump. It just sprays a really fine mist really beautifully, and I feel like it doesn't ever squirt out. It just really gives the whole face a lovely mist, and I love that. I just feel like it's so consistent and makes all the makeup melt into my face that much nicer. And that, you guys, is the finished look with a full face of Urban Decay makeup. I am really happy with this. I think this is really cute. I've got to say, I really love the eyes at the moment. I feel like they just look like a little midnight sunset situation. I really like it. I love the lip colour. I think that's really nice. The formula feels really nice. I like the base. I think the primer on the eyes was like so. I feel like it increased the vibrancy of the makeup. And yeah, I think obviously time would tell if it really like increased to the longevity of the eye makeup, but first impressions, so. I feel like when you look up close, this concealer is actually really nice under the eyes. I have quite naturally dry under eyes because of my naturally dry skin. So normally concealers can look a little bit crepey on my eyelids, especially after just a couple of minutes wear normally. But this concealer looks pretty nice. I'm not sure whether that's the powder that set it straight away. I nearly forgot about that, but the powder's really nice as well. I do like that powder, just in small quantities. I don't like it all over the face, otherwise I find that it does suck the life out of my skin. But everything's looking pretty good. Obviously I have got a full face of makeup on. It's very evident that I've got a full face of makeup on. I don't like the cheek products as much. The Shapeshifter palette is something that I always pick up and I think I'm going to enjoy, and I don't that much. The highlight's pretty. Like when I look at it like this, with the hair covering just like this looks really nice. But like on closer inspection, I just feel like everything just looks a little bit patchy, a little bit not expensive, you know? It just looks a little bit okay. The brow pencil was nice. I just feel like because of that felt tip end, one mistake and the whole thing kind of goes wrong, and it's really evident when you place it in the wrong direction. So it was a little bit tricky, but then I feel like it's created some nice results. I feel like my brows look pretty nice. They look obviously very filled in, but I don't think they look blocky. I think they look just a bit more intensified. But apart from that, guys, I've really enjoyed playing around with the full face of Urban Decay makeup. I feel like it's an OG brand, like I said at the very beginning of this video. So yeah, I've really enjoyed myself. Tell me down below what your favourite Urban Decay product is, or if you've tried anything that I've tried today, what your thoughts are. Talk to me about everything Urban Decay down below, because it's one of those brands I feel like I call it my favourite, and yet I don't even own a blusher from Urban Decay. So is it my favourite? I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. Talk to me down below. I really love talking to you guys. It's the best part about uploading, so I can't wait to see what you say. Thumbs this video up if you have enjoyed today's video. It just lets me know that you received this video well. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell because then you'll be notified of, oh, I don't know what this was. Ring the bell because then you'll be notified of all the videos that I upload. I upload every single week, and you wouldn't want to miss out on more content from me. No, you would not. No, you would not. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and I love you. I love you a lot, so stay safe. See you in my next one. Bye.